phones to get a little quieter in the, even though it's quiet, and I wanted to be a little more isolated on purpose so I can try to say something when I'm uncomfortable talking this early in the morning to nobody. But I want to give like a status update because of my Facebook being banned and I'm not allowed to live stream at this time. So I normally have been visiting with my Facebook profiles in a live presence capacity with the live stream. Just, I want to say I'm very impressed to the degree that I could be impressed with the idea that, like uh, Roseanne Barr is doing her honesty on the videos without makeup and just showing up and speaking from the heart, which is that's the best Roseanne show I've ever seen. Just so you know, you don't need the production with the big budget. And I know you're not getting paid for it, what you would have expected to be for being an online human being, but welcome to the jungle, Roseanne Barr, without makeup on, speaking from the heart on your posts. Whether you see this or not is none of my business. What is my business is to at least express my sentiment on your video and say congratulations. I never forget, never again, never forget. And I'm not very good at being Jewish because I'm not, but I would say that my heart goes out to you and your and the people of Judea, and the idea that as a Christian, fallen that I am, sitting that heritage and understanding is not to be negotiable to the point where we're being rubbed out and murdered for insanity on earth, the hell on earth that is, especially since the Obama administration on so poetically showed us what Islam means to them all against the form of the United States of Israel and the covenant people of Abraham, not to be confused with the people of Baal and all those issues that go along with it. Now, what I wanted to say was I have a lot of doubt in my personal life here. My son is my heart, and the idea that he's having so much of a fucking struggle today and has been showing me more problems out of the woodwork. He can't cope with being incarcerated and not getting any attention, no favorable positive. Now, I'm not putting the jail in full responsibility at this time. I am saying, though, my son's had excessive punishment for over 7 months now. It's going on since last June. Before that, he was just completely out of his fucking senses, incompetent due to drug use, and homeless in the streets of Jacksonville, Florida for a number of years. I want to say it got more difficult as he got more abused physically, emotionally, sexually out in the streets of Jacksonville in the last few years. And he ended up becoming a person that needed to be taken off the street for his own protection, basically, because he became suicidal quality. Now, with that said, he's in a jail downtown Jacksonville, and my statement is regarding the case matters that I don't give a shit. I have to speak as much as I can make sense in the English language to intellectually verbalize my statement. Is he's absolutely freaking out in jail, and he's not looking good. It's not looking good, and he needs medical attention. He needs, I thought, a drug recovery in a psycho unit would have been social services to help him find housing, which never they don't have it in Jacksonville. They didn't give him that offer yet, so he's been fending for himself. And I'm trying to keep phone call to phone call basis with him and visit to visit, which I was denied last Sunday because he was in trouble by Saturday. He's been calling me last week, more frequent and more distressed, and I'm fucked up for that. I'm fucked up for that. I admit it. So I admitted a couple times now to a couple different people, a couple different ways off of Facebook or offline, to my confidences, that I don't have, but I'm starting to try to integrate into a new healthcare system down here through primary care outside the Veteran Administration as of last week. And I had a conversation, and then I realized I got nothing else. It's under the skin boiling over. I'm doing well. I'm eating. I'm sleeping. I'm not doing that bad. My weight's okay. My blood's good. My lungs are clear with the pneumonia not becoming a problem. My pneumonia subsided down here in Florida now at this year. I'm doing good. My status update is I have nothing but hardship though, trying to cope with being solitary and not making good choices, apparently socially, to remain so. And the idea that I'm not allowed to really. I mean, I can go look for work. Nothing's stopping me from working. There's no flags on me. But as disabled as I am, and then the paperwork from the Department of Education that I feel I should be placed for being disabled instead of have to go fight like an animal for everything, like off the street to be some kind of cash register or something like that, which I have standing lifting, you know, I have physical limitations and hardship with transportation and low income. So I'm telling myself there's got to be programs. There was in upstate New York and probably in Massachusetts when I was there that would have helped me get work and housing and everything as a disabled veteran. A lot more than Jacksonville ever showed me or will show me, at least admit to. So I got a lot of things that I started, and I got into another headspace basically based upon my son's issues, which they're valid issues and distracting. And the other thing is he's life threatened, and he has been since finding he had cancer from 2014, suspected cancer, and then sepsis, and then the broken leg that never was physical therapy that deformed him a little bit, and nothing but hell. He's been nothing but traumatized and groomed and conditioned into a case. And as his father, the recognition of the way people want to treat him is schizophrenic. They don't want to treat him as a man, and he's not diagnosed schizophrenic. And a lot of these things are social service concern, social concern that could be remedied and rectified as soon as he gets a fair chance. But he won't get a fair chance in Florida because they want to have him as a ward of the state, basically under like on the chain gang. In the meantime, he's not being considered anything other than what he is, and it's not looking good what he's feeling, and he expresses to me, and he's scaring the shit out of me basically because he comes back to me, and then it's too much for him to be in 24 hours a day, for about a year now, and not getting anywhere in his case because he won't plead down the charges. So they keep bumping him. I hope he makes it to his April 4th appearance before too long, and he can get out of there, and we can pick up the pieces one way or the other. But for his housing and his community, but whatever we're going to do, social concern. But what I want to say is that's my status update, and then the idea that I'm at my. I want to say that I went drumming at the music store, and I was sitting in one of the electric kits, with the cell phone, and my equilibrium can come back, um, but I can't live alone doing this. I say to myself, my time is almost up with the idea that I'm just stuck on a bike. Like today, it's raining out. It's nice out right now, but the winds are high, and it was getting like a northeaster. They're calling it, weather conditions down here in Florida. I won't be able to really get too far unless I order, some kind of car to do anything, which makes me feel like, well, what the hell is so important that you're going to spend $20 on yourself just to get back and forth today, you know, every day. So I'm not depressed as much as I am pressed. I got very little money to work with. I gave my son a lot of money for his commissary. I spent a lot of money on myself for phone apps and eating out here and things since I've been talking to him, trying to. My nose is starting to drip a little bit. Excuse me, but I'm saying I've got very little to work with, and looking at myself on the TV, looking at the phone over here. What the hell did I do? Here. Yeah. Sitting in my office chair in my bedroom, which is a soft padded chair, which is unusual for me outside of at night to play my video game, basically on the the cell phone app over here that I pay to play. And then, so forgive me if I'm being a little hammy here, but basically, there's nothing to say other than what I just said. And I download it, I say it. I was talking pretty freely and expressively and purposefully on Facebook for quite some time until they banned me outright this last month on every profile because I had something to say about something, especially Muslims. Now, I want you to know, and I want to say it, I'm cognitive and I'm aware. I'm aware. That hair on my nose looks like a booger. All right. I'm aware that I look crazy. I'm aware that I've said threatening remarks about everybody that I've ever said a threatening remark to and can be used against me in a court of law should they ever decide to. And I would have to say you're right, but let's put it in context. Legally, I saw a picture of my son's mother on Facebook yesterday on her profile that she's got marks all over her face. I don't know what the fuck happened to her. She's out of communication with me. And I feel like this is the day after, well, the evening after I go meet a social worker and said I got bad feelings about, things in it because I expressed myself and, regarding my son. And I don't feel good about that she's got marks all over her face and has no communication with me and let me know what the hell's going on in her life, that she's safe, is she not safe, quality. I can't say I have any ability to bond or wish to communicate with her at this time after the last attempt to talk to her was pleasant. We rectified, knowing Tyler was becoming incarcerated again, and then the idea that you know, some male answered the phone on her behalf and wouldn't let me talk to her again and claimed it was never her phone number, and weird shit. So I don't know I don't want to know. I only know that I felt terrible to see her with marks all over. That looked bad. That looked scary. I'm and obviously I'm, the ex-husband's always suspect. Though I was never married to her, I'm still in the ballpark of suspicion, which I'll have to deal with that one way or the other. But I'm not a psycho, and I never threaten anybody, you know, to cause anybody any damage other than self-defense, basically, which is I've spoken outright about and hide the terrorists in Muslim communities in France, for 3 4 months and support ISIS and be careful, things like that. All right, so that was the wrap up. My hand's shaking because I can't really hold the phone very long as I'm doing this hand here, leaning against the desk like that. I found out yesterday going to a foot doctor that I got the nerve damage more than I thought at the bottom of my feet, and they're dead. They're deadening. They're not working as much because I'm shorting out as nerve damage. I don't know to what degree it's military connected, being one leg longer than the other and having problems with my feet and my knees ever since I started really using them, 1987. And then I find out I broke my neck, which has been established, has caused me severe change of life. Nothing I can do about that medically. And then I say to myself, the only thing that I could be is embarrassed for not trying and ending up dead in my bed. unsaid, fucked up in the head. And, you know, my playbook is unread, basically. There's a member, I want to say of Club Fed, but, I'm not a member. I just play one on TV. And I can because Facebook and YouTube allow me to have a channel that I can stream on my television today. And I'm going to say it with humor after I watched the Archie Bunker, a couple quotes here and there. That fired me up this morning and said, well, censor this. And they will too. That's the fucking problem. Remember, I'm trying to remember one thing about life right now. This is one thing only. Is that you didn't fucking kill me. I didn't kill me, and I'm not gonna let you fucking tell me what to fucking think and pretend that I gotta roll over and play dead so you could suck cock, have gay kids, and fucking be fucking animals in the goddamn United States or elsewhere. Banning me for Sharia compliancy and homosexual, what do they call it? Degrading. I have negative commentary. I don't give a fuck who you are. You can fucking hate me all you want, but you can't fucking throw me into the goddamn corner and tell me I didn't have a right to show up. You can't. You can't fucking just ban people arbitrarily and censor us into a goddamn. That I got to. My main point for making this video this morning was I threatened and challenged and defied myself to say something out loud because I have nothing but fucking phobia about being considered a mental patient that's fucking escaped basically in the state of Florida, that everybody thinks you're a goddamn fool at my age, right? With no record to fucking back that up other than they don't want to fucking deal with you. You're inconvenient today. And the base of the statement is I'm an adult and I'm going to take my fucking maturity, whether you like it or not, and I'm going to shove it right down your goddamn throats and right up your ass with my people who thought through the Obama years where I started that I've always held as a fucking identity in this United States, whether it was favorable or unfavorable. I was a man and I was going after my legal rate, my status. I want to say rank, rating for the medical benefits, VA, everybody. I don't, through the congressional appeal processes that got fucking totally fucking destroyed down here. Over the years, being laughed at, shelved, put down, told that I got character flaws became personality disorders to some people's writer states, which never were fucking substantiated. Just fucking thrown into the mix to fucking shit on me. To the point of being called psychotic in writing by VA fucking workers in their 30s, 2013 to 2016, who should have been arrested for that shit. The harassment I went through in handcuffs over that crisis years with my father and my son, and me being pushed around by a fucking assistant mayor who owned property that I was renting from that was totally substandard life, illegal housing basically, and a threat to my health, which was founded to be the case with his fucking basement with the mold and the fucking not putting the heat on and everything else fucking with me. I'm a good guy. I feel a little upset. I'm trying to fight my way out of that wet paper bag they call a cell phone monitor screen, which, it looks like this. I'm fighting you. I used to play guitar. I used to drum. I can go to the music store and pretend that I'm, playing along to other people's recorded bullshit in my headphones. But I have over 700 videos today, closer to the 700 range, if not more, with live streams and original music videos and on Daily Motion, YouTube, a bunch of other ones on the internet. And I don't have nothing to show for it other than hell on earth. I'm powerless to fucking get out of this wet paper bag, cell phone monitor screen. I've been creative and influential to the point of no return for 10 years on Facebook, YouTube, and online, trying to say something to somebody in some way while the goddamn world war was going on with the Iran deal, the Muslim Brotherhood, the fucking terrorism, all you cocksuckers trying to say that I'm fucking hate speech. Yeah, I fucking hate what happened. I don't fucking know what the fuck you're supposed to sound like when you fucking hate the goddamn murderous Muslims, the terrorism from Hamas, Hezbollah, the UK turning Pakistani goddamn terrorist and everything else with Sadiq Khan and the goddamn fucking Obama walking around sucking cock in the goddamn world, pretending to still be the president of the United States that he never should have been from the fucking Africa, reading every goddamn mutilating, barbaric, brutal fucking post on Facebook about South African black bastards killing everybody, robbing everybody plainly in their politics, to include illegally selling cigarettes. These goddamn black fuckers in South Africa who are their politicians. Illegal. Everything's in the face of goddamn thug life. Mach 10. Exponent 10. Times 10. Exponential. The worst of the last 10 years. And people like me got to sit here and pretend we're dying in a good fucking will concentration camp. The only places I get any food pantry items out of are potentially a Christian denomination of some kind that stands in a fucking parking lot and hands out their food. It's outdated food. It's donated food. I thank God for the food. I thank God for the health. And I'm praying for my son. And every day that goes by, and I'm sure my son's not the only one. But I got to say, the reason why I mentioned what I mentioned has an influence to me for a reason that I've had something to factor in why I have, I'm sitting here in my thoughts and I'm thinking a lot more over the days and the hours and the minutes than I'll ever express. And it's been going on for some kind of years now. And I said to myself, you're more than humiliated and embarrassed. And you know that the people who are designed to help you are pretty much saying, we don't want you on our side quality, or else they would have called you, or else they would have gave you your military benefit increase that you deserve under regulations for your service-connected concerns, founded but not paid for. Or else they would have fucking reached out to you. But they don't reach out to you. They ban you. And that was the purpose of this video. I hope I get this on Facebook and it doesn't short out the system, the motherfuckers that they are. And fuck George Soros and everybody like him. You goddamn people are goddamn. I can't believe I'm living in the goddamn world with you people today. Last thing I want to say is I can't get a fucking chance. I'm looking for a chance